I'm Nate, he's Johnny, and welcome to the Creepcast. I had to re-record this intro. It's about 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here, and the first intro we did on the actual set of the video was outside, and it was really windy, so just keep in mind that the audio was really bad for that video here. But we got new lavalier microphones, so the audio will be a little bit better than our original pilot episode we filmed, which we had to scrap because the audio was absolutely awful. I mean, every single time I tried to edit it, it would just like keep on cutting everywhere, and it was a really bad experience. So we refilmed the video. Unfortunately, we had to scrap the first topic as well. We're gonna bring it back at about the third episode, I think. So stay tuned for that as well. Please subscribe, and also leave a like on this video too while I'm talking here. And this one is about the Interstate 4 phenomenons. So I asked Johnny a bunch of questions about these, and he has answers. He had a little bit of notes that he wrote down, and hopefully it can also answer your guys' questions about it. But I highly encourage to do research on these subjects because they are super interesting, and me and Johnny had a lot of fun filming this video and also researching the topics. Well, I didn't do the research, but he did. And after the fact, right now, as I'm editing this, I'm looking into it a bit more, and it's actually a really interesting subject. So, once again, I highly recommend looking that up for yourself here because it's definitely worth a Google. So, thank you everybody for tuning in to the pilot episode for the Creepcast, and we really do hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.
So, the Interstate 4 phenomenon, also known as the I-4 dead zone to people, is located in San Juan, Florida, and it stretches across a Lake Morrow. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but
this is 100% real, by the way. This mystery is not fake at all. This isn't like the Backrooms or SCP. This is real life stuff, like the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, this is real. So, the highway is said to be haunted by the ghosts of settlers whose graves the highway paved over. And just a little bit of background information. It's just north of Orlando, and it's said to be one of the most haunted highways in America. So in the 1870s, my bad, a man named Henry Sanford marketed the shores of the riverside to immigrants and settlers there, and eventually it was bought up, and the people there realized that there was an outbreak of yellow fever in that area, and they ended up a lot of them dying, one of them being a man named Saint Joseph, and they ended up burying the people that died plus Saint Joseph in the woods nearby, and they abandoned the settlement. So years later, the land switched hands. It was sold a couple times, and people started to notice a weird thing during the 1900s. It was said that anybody that went near Joseph's grave would suffer grave consequences. So one strange thing was that a farmer claimed his house burned down after he took the grave markers out of his land. And another one was that a child was ran over by a drunk driver after he started digging at the site.
Damn.
Yeah. So a little more is that it was eventually sold to Florida, and Florida decided in 1954, 59, something like that. They decided they'd build an interstate over it. So yeah.
I have a little question here. Why was a child trying to like dig up the grave? Was he a grave robber?
No, he wasn't trying to dig up the grave. He was just digging in the area, playing as a child would play.
Okay, cool. And the child died on impact with the drunk driver?
Yeah.
Thought so. Yeah, El Bozo, honestly. Should have dodged the car.
On God.
See, now, one thing that baffles me is why would, so basically, this place, right? It's known for its infamous history as being like just a zone, a stretch of road or whatever where people like die, you know? So, I'm just wondering, why in the would Florida put an interstate over this zone? I mean, actually, that sounds so stupid.
I got an answer to that. It's it's not a zone where people die, known as people die. It's specifically a zone known for electronics in your car to die. So if you go there, you're like, people reported radio interference. They reported voices coming through their phones, voices coming through the radios. But an answer to your question is that when the graves were built where the I-4 dead zone is, and when Florida bought the land, they meant to uptake the graves and put them somewhere else. But the graves were deemed either too old or forgotten by the Florida Council, and they just ended up paving over them.
Huh. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. I'm not sure why they would permit the interstate over a graveside type thing. I'm not sure why that would have possibly occurred, but sounds a little bit interesting though. So it's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle incidents or whatever, because pilots back then, I believe, they reported instruments in their plane going dead back then, but also I don't think it was electronic. I think it was kind of like a magnetic field thing, because a lot of their compasses and whatnot, some of their instruments relied on the wind lifted the umbrella up.
Maybe it was the ghost that did it.
Factual. He's like, you're wrong, you're saying lies. No, but some of the instruments relied heavily on magnets, so I think that's why the Bermuda Triangle happened. Now, I'm not sure how an interstate dead zone would interfere with electronic things like...
Well, ghosts emit a magnetic field around them, or electronic field around them. So it's a very common occurrence for your electronics or your phone or something to go dead if you're in a ghost's vicinity.
Okay, dead as in like the battery drains, or as in just not work?
As in it just doesn't work. Like,
okay.
People report radio static and phone static all the time.
Huh. So perhaps like some sort of EMP, obviously, that kind of effect, because EMPs, I feel like, do the same thing. They just like basically knock out electrical circuits, so to where the electricity doesn't have enough electricity left in the circuit to complete it, and so it'll just go completely dead. So yeah, I feel like that could be a thing here. These ghosts emitting, I believe it is electromagnetic pulses.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, electromagnetic fields, I feel like, is kind of a common occurrence with ghosts, because, you know, the EMF readers, the electromagnetic field, they're supposed to kind of tell you where ghosts are in a given vicinity. And, you know, obviously you've seen the thing here, it beeps if there's ghosts there, and it like detects electromagnetic frequencies. And
a very interesting
totally, that
thing,
could be one.
Very interesting thing that I wanted to share with you is that Hurricane Donna, which hit Florida a couple years back, actually was not supposed to hit Florida where it hit. It actually unexpectedly changed its course to hit the gravesite of I-4, causing millions of property damage and causing a lot of deaths.
Yeah, so that's honestly sucks balls here, because a ghost decided to be petty, and now all of a sudden these people that weren't planning for a hurricane got a hurricane, and it tore down their, just completely ravaged their lives.
Yeah.
What a...
It's gone.
That ghost is... that ghost is petty as heck.
Saint Joseph. That's what you got to blame for that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's sold, honestly. Like, what's the reason? Like a hurricane? You don't have to go that hard, buddy. You don't have to go that hard, buddy. It really is not that serious.
Some other things about the dead zone is that it's very prone to deadly car accidents.
Okay.
2,000 deaths as of this year.
Just this year?
Not just this year, just as the I-4 has been, you know.
Oh, okay.
2,000
still
deaths.
A lot in one spot, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
How long is this stretch of road?
It reaches from one side of the Mara River all the way to the other. It's about, I can't remember the exact length, but I know it's pretty long, actually.
Let me look it up real quick. Actually.
Yeah. Go ahead and look it up for him.
There we go. Okay. Interstate 4 dead zone. 132 miles, so that's actually really big.
Yeah.
That is a huge dead zone here. That's a lot of acreage there to cover. That's pretty scary. You could just be driving. Honestly, you might not even know that you're in the I-4 dead zone, and you could just, you know, die in a car crash.
Yeah, for
inexplicably.
real. That, for real. Do you want to hear a fun fact about the I-4?
I do. Yeah, I would.
So
love to.
there's been 45 crashes and 84 people injured. These crashes don't equate to the 2,000 deaths. These crashes are for people that's been injured.
Okay.
So right now, 45 crashes with 89 people have been injured. Do you know how much? Do you know what 45 plus 89 is?
45 plus 89. Off the top of my head, let me do some ADHD math real quick. That's like 134.
Yeah, 134. And you know why the number 134 is significant? Because it's the exact year how old the graves are.
Oh, 134 years
The
old?
graves are exactly 134 years old.
Interesting.
Which I just thought it was a pretty cool fun fact, pretty cool coincidence.
Yeah, it is a nice coincidence, but
Yeah.
you know, as I said before, there's no such thing as coincidences, and that's too perfect to be
Yeah.
you know, to be ignored there. That's definitely planned. See, the 45th guy to get in the car accident, he was like, oh, you know what? I gotta get in this accident, bro. All right, listen, okay? He's gonna freak some people out someday, so I'm thinking about wrecking my car.
I don't know if he decided to total the whip for this mystery though.
Yeah, no, he really did though. I would honestly do the same, you know, like
Yeah.
what was it? Like the meme where it's like total traffic deaths this year, 68, and then so I would have totaled the whip for that.
He kills himself to make it 69. Oh my god.
Honestly. Shout out to the guy that took the bullet for us. You will forever live on as the guy that got the traffic deaths to 69. What a legend.
269. Oh my god. But yeah, other things is just people. A lot of people report seeing ghostly apparitions, mainly at night on the sides of the road, and one guy even reported that when it was raining, ghosts left handprints on his car.
Okay.
So that's something to think about right there.
Yeah, so how did he see the handprints? Did he was it like one of those UV light things?
Yeah, it was like clear dead handprints on the back of his windshield.
Very interesting.
Yeah, on the back window of his car.
Very interesting.
It was weird. He said that he was going about 70, 80 miles down the highway. Nobody could have, left those handprints,
Yeah. 80 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that changes things. I thought it meant like lengthwise. No. Yeah, it's pretty hard to climb on a car without being noticed at like 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. Other things that people noticed, that people's reported seeing apparitions in their back seats through the rearview mirrors. One guy even claimed to see an apparition appear in his passenger seat and lock him up, like he couldn't move his hands to turn or control his car.
What?
Yeah.
As in like restrain him physically, or could he just actually
like he could
not move?
He could, he seen the apparition at the side of his eye, but
it's kind of like sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
that
he just couldn't move. He just couldn't move, couldn't do anything until he got out of the dead zone. He said it was at the end. Finally, when he got out of the dead zone, the ghost disappeared and he was able to take full control.
Interesting. Surprised how he even made it out alive, honestly, because wouldn't he have to steer, or is it just a straight stretch of road?
Pretty sure it's a straight stretch of road.
For 134 miles, that is a while to be.
Well, not the whole road. I think the part he was driving was a straight stretch of road, because he said he was at the end of the dead zone.
Oh, okay.
He's on the last half mile.
Fair enough. Yep. A lot of crazy coincidences happen here, obviously. Maybe some crazies telling stories, but
Maybe.
there's I believe that the more people corroborate on a story, I think the more truer it really becomes, because once you have enough witnesses, then you eventually can't deny a certain event like that, because, you know, kind of like what's the thing? Somewhere in Kentucky there was I believe there was an alien sighting, and people a few years later still told the exact same story, so that really ramps up the believability a lot. And if you guys saw the picture, it's actually really creepy. Yeah, I watched it on a video. There's a YouTube channel called the Dark 5 that I used to watch all the time when I was like 10, and I got some pretty interesting stuff on there though. You should definitely check them out. We were not paid to say this, by the way, in any way. I'm just recommending a channel.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question now that you know a little bit about the Dead Zone.
Okay.
Do you think it's fact or fiction? Is it really haunted or?
Well, the thing is, they're 134 miles. That's a lot of stretch of road to go wrong here, because car accidents, they do happen really often. They happen every single day, hundreds and hundreds of times. And I'm not sure if I totally believe it, because honestly, 134 miles, like I said, there's a lot of things that can go wrong in that span of time. I mean, 134 miles, if you're driving still 60 miles an hour, that's going to take like a couple hours to get across. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff can go wrong in that amount of time here. But this still is a little bit coincidental, like the Hurricane Donna thing and the what's it called, the farmer's house catching on fire. That is a little bit weird though, because well, the hurricane thing, honestly, it could have been, you know, a little bit fault on meteorology's part, because it is kind of an unpredictable study, you know what I mean? Like, it's not always going to be 100% accurate, but it is, you know, accurate enough to tell where a hurricane is going to hit. I believe that 99% of the time they should get that correct. So I think that was definitely, that and the house burning down was totally real, and I do believe that there was some kind of supernatural intervention there for sure.
Yeah. So with that being said, how many ghostly handprints out of 5 would you give the I-4 Dead Zone?
Let's see. I'd give it a 2, honestly. There, 2 for the only a couple believable stories there. The drunk driver hitting the child, I feel like that
happens a lot.
Yeah, that does happen a lot here. Drunk drivers are just very prone to messing around with the radios on their car or whatever and hitting things. So that could definitely be just a drunk driver being an a-hole and running into a kid like an idiot.
What do you think about the radio static?
The radio static is really interesting though. Just like the Bermuda Triangle though, there's just like specific points in the world that certain things just don't work. You know what I mean? And it still is a little bit weird that happens in that dead zone there. So 4 ghost handprints out of 5, definitely believable there. That is a phenomenon that can't quite be explained by actual physics there, unless there are any physicists that want to try to, what's it called, prove me wrong in that statement there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome.
Definitely. Any experts on the matter, feel free to chime in the comments and post your 2 cents. We read all our comments.
Yeah.
We might not be able to respond to all of them though. I mean, at this moment we are, because we have like 13 subscribers, so you know, we're on the comments meet. But as of, let's say, you know, when we get a whole lot of subscribers and all that, it's probably going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, definitely.
Still gonna try to read those comments though, and make sure that your voice is included in our videos, because this is a collaborative experience, we feel like, and we want you guys to kind of help, and chime in and also give us recommendations on the comments, so you can see more of what you want to see on the channel. And we will definitely do that here, because there's a lot of spooky stuff to cover here, and content is in no short supply for this subject. Definitely.
Cover anything, mysteries, urban legends, phenomenons. Just let us know, you know.
Oh, exactly. But thank you everybody so much for watching the pilot episode for Creepcast. Our set's going to change a little bit here. We're not always going to be in this backyard. We might be in the car, in my backyard, you know, basically wherever we feel is fit to film. We do understand that the audio is going to be a little bit bad for this episode because it's a little bit windy outside today.
Damn wind.
Yeah, we don't exactly have the resources to film in our cars yet here. Yeah, we'll work on that though. We'll get a car episode soon enough, and we'll drive around our city here. But the show is in its infancy here. We're not quite going to stick to a super regular upload schedule though, but you can expect an upload once every couple weeks at the very most. Here we're going to try to get out as much content as possible for you guys, and we're going to continue to review and just look at some scary stories here and ask a lot of questions about them and make ourselves and you guys think about the mysteries and the subjects that we talk about on this show.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys have any questions about this topic or really any topic we do in videos, just let us know in the comments. Let us know how we could improve our videos or your watch experience, and we'll definitely take that into consideration.
Exactly. And I swear to God, if you guys post about the audio of this episode, we know it's not good. Okay. All right, we're trying. Listen, this is the pilot episode. It's not going to be perfect, but thank you everybody so much for sticking around to the end of the video. Make sure you drop a subscribe, like, and comment your video ideas and whatnot, and we will definitely review them, and we're going to try to do the best we can to get out the videos that you guys want to see. And thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Till next time, I'm Johnny.
I'm Nate.
And this is Creepcast.